Yeah, well, that's good. And keep coming to the football, listeners, because this is a grand final. This is the 1991 grand final, and we've got a team from Collie that's come over the hill and a very hungry team from Brunswick.
Just making the comment, I've never seen the mayor look more relaxed or Peter Betty more relaxed. It'd be a different story out there.
Another thing, when you look at the colours, the Eagles have won today, and their minds are the same colours as the Eagles. So
yeah, let's. You never know.
And they are called the Eagles.
Just a bit of news that Eddie Pitter was brought down by the Southwest League today to look at the Colts game and advise them as to which had the potential to play in Perth, so that they could be specially prepared to have them get release clauses in any contracts that are signed. I thought that was a very positive move.
Okay, listeners, this is our presentation on Radio West Football. We see Russell Waterman running down in towards the left full forward pocket. Just repeating that the Lions, Mark Skean, won the toss, and they'll kick with the aid of the breeze towards the Mary Street end. And we stand by for the 1991 grand final. Thanks to all our sponsors. And come to the football, listeners. Let's see you pouring in the gates, because this promises to be an excellent game of football. Nettleton's in charge of the game, along with Hilts, and we see them in the centre now, and we'll await the bounce down for the 1991 Devore Premiership Cup, $3,000 Premiership prize at the end of the day here, and the two captains now in their respective positions, and Mark Skean, there's no love lost here now as we see some jostling take place. A lot of skill out here with these sides, and there goes the bounce down, and the grand final's underway. It's won by Fontana. It comes down to ground to Macri. He forces the ball out towards McKinnon. Whistle's gone. It's going to be a free kick to go the way of the Lions, and the play on calls the result. They leap in the air down there. It's deep in Harvey, Brunswick. Leschnott's attacking zone. Socket out in defence by Mines Rovers. Out they go towards the wing. Mick Murray believes this is no fairy tale that they've got through here through hard work as Crognarly takes the ball, spirals it in towards centre half forward. Overrunning the ball is Austin Oyedo. It comes down now as the hand pass goes out towards Mines Rovers. Michael Barrett, he in turn gets it further afield over towards the half-back flank, where it's taken for Mines over there, and they'll relieve the pressure through Troy Fair. Down the left centre wing they go towards the Halsey Street end of the ground, kicking into a fairly stiff breeze here at hands. Up towards the half-forward line they go, and the mark is paid to Mines. They worked it out of defence well that time, and they've got the ball at the 50-metre line. He decides to play on now for Mines as the hand pass goes immediately over towards Shane Sherwood, and they go up towards full forward. It's a bouncing ball in the square, and it's gone through for a point. Good start to Mines. They're 1 point. Score on the APCO hardware scoreboard.
Yes, well, when I had a look at the start, I thought it was going to be on right from the start, but it's not. The players are settling down very, very quickly now, as we've seen Sean Mooney, the custodian for the Lions. Out he finds Brendan Barnsby on the right half-back flank position. Poor kick by Barnsby. Running over to the drop of the ball is McKinnon. He'll go for the hand pass inboard. No, elects to go for the kick. High, long and handsome. In pursuit of the ball over there, the Miners, John Niskey, the big, tough, robust defender. He takes possession, but on the top of the ball over there is a Waterman. No, it's not Waterman. It's Rob Davison, and he will take the kick on the right half forward flank position for the Lions. One solitary point to the Miners in the second minute of play. The Lions yet to score, and Rob Davison, who's coming to this side now, as Peter Betty said he's played 2 games in 5 weeks. What can he do with this one? Right half forward flank position, right under the scoreboard. There goes the drop punt right into full forward. Up goes Fontana, but at the back of the pack, Russell Waterman. Great mark to Waterman. This is the sort of football that he enjoys. It's not Russell Waterman over there, is it, Peter Betty? We'll have a look and check who it is. It's Glenn Hutchison. It was Hutchison right from the back of the pack, up and over. And I tell you what, John Dillon, write that down for the Pastorino mark of the day, as we see Glenn Hutchison, a top footballer. He lines up directly in front, and bang, right through the middle. Goal number 1 on the board for the Lions. They move to 1 straight goal, leading the Miners 1 straight point on Radio West Football.
We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast match of the day. Proudly brought to you.
First goal scored there by Glenn Hutchison. 3 minutes gone in the grand final, and a fairly good opening there for the Lions. The way they worked the ball over towards the scoreboard side of the ground, and a good long bomb by Davison, and a nice mark taken by Glenn Hutchison, and grand final material and real class in that forward thrust there by the Lions. Back in the centre, and Jones isn't getting his all own way as it's taken away by Fontana, who in turn gets it down now to Stephen Dabrowski. Nice tough football of this fellow. The Lions are kicking with with the breeze in the first quarter. Down the regional hospital side they go. Interference behind the play. There'll be a relay free kick to go further up the field. It'll be taken by Graham Jeffrey. He's the Sterling Hayward medal winner for this year. There goes the kick up towards the right half forward flank. Thumped away by Davison. He's reading the play well at the moment as the ball goes towards the boundary line. Over on the scoreboard side of the ground, regional hospital side, it has gone over the line and out of bounds. On the APCO Hardware scoreboard in the grand final, it's the Lions 1 goal, Mines Rovers a 1 point, and we've ticked over 4 minutes in the first quarter. Ball's thrown back into play. Player grabbed high there for the Lions, and they're doing some very valuable attacking and using this breeze well, and the experience now as we see Skian accept the free kick of an indecision, and Netherlands taken it off him. Must have been something said there, because it's going to go the way of Mines Rovers, and out of defence they go, Peter.
Yes, well, that was good play over there by the Miners. Picked up by Sherwood. Up to the wing position he goes, but Jeffries chops it off. Drives it in ball, and he finds Chris Macri, who's pretty well on the right half forward flank position. Little live wire wingman, Chris Macri. Never puts a bad one in. There goes the drop punt. Down the full forward they go. Up goes ball. Up run over. Russell, number 56, right under the scoreboard. He loves grand finals, this fellow. He's played in enough of them down here, and he is right under the scoreboard. He'd be about 55 metres out, but he normally makes a breakfast of these. Let's see what he can do with it then. That was explosive by Graham Jeffries. He didn't mess around from the wing, and Russell Waterman, the goal-kicking machine when he gets going, he lines up, deliberate shot on goal, high, long and handsome. Does the goal umpire move? One finger up, so it's only the minor score. That means that the Harvey Brunswick side move on to 7 points, leading Mines Rovers 6 points. So that means it's 6 goals the difference, Peter Betty. And what's your impressions of the opening 5 minutes?
6 points. 6 points to 1, actually. I think there's a couple of moves. I reckon Rod McKinnon's gone onto the ball. They've got 2 big players on the ball, which is making a big difference, and it just gives them that marking power. And I think Barnsby on a half-back flank is playing excellent football, and I believe that Monday's got to start going the ball, because 2 or 3 minutes start hitting guides, it's not going to improve anything.
Okay, well, the ball's been picked on the right half forward flank position once again. Overruns the boundary umpire, and Hutchinson has possession of it once again. Well, those moves are on, Peter, that you just did make mention of as the doctor waved his fingers around. But let's see what Hutchinson can do with it now. He has possession, right half forward flank position, already has 1 against his name. He shoots on goal. What's the verdict here? Through for the minor score only. So Harvey Brunswick move on to 1 goal 2, leading the Miners 1 solitary point.
Yes, and our special guest with us here today are Dr. Muneer and Peter Betty, and also Dr. Muneer, the fairest and best player in today's grand final, will win that honorary Pike medal, which will be on again this afternoon.
Yes, I was associated with the league when Les Pike gave his first medal.
Yes, and we see
in 58, I think it was.
Did he ever pay for it?
I think so.
The APCO Hardware scoreboard, 6 minutes gone in the first quarter. On here at Hands Oval, the Lions have been pounding them goals. They're 1 goal 2, and they kick with the breeze, the Lions. Mines Rovers are 1 point, and they are held up in defence this time, however, as the mark has been taken for Mines Rovers, and they'll go back now through Shane Weineman. When they get that ball forward to Hutchison and Waterman, the danger signs are there, and as Peter Betty pointed out, they have to be tightened up on and start to play the football. They're kicking into the breeze, and they have to tighten right up, because otherwise they'll be in a lot of trouble if the Lions machine starts to swing into attack. They've started with a lot of confidence. Here goes Khan. He's away up from the half forward line. He's up on the half back line now. Big pack of players around the ball, and we'll see a bounce down take place. So Mines have come up from the elimination final, and the Lions went straight into the grand final, having lost only 1 game throughout the qualifying home and away set games throughout the season. And there goes the bounce down in the grand final. Mines work the ball over towards the half forward line. As you see Khan running to that breeze, it's obviously a lot stronger down there. Jeffries, the ever hard-working fellow, gets it out to Sullivan. Sullivan with a big kick up in the Davison direction. Mooney's up there, it's in a half forward. He couldn't take the mark. It's Mines that hold up the attack. Out towards Rowe it goes. He's got possession on the wing. Reading the pack well is Macri. He weaves through the pack, fires the ball back to centre half forward. Up goes Davison. Can't take the mark. Comes down to Crognali. He'll wheel onto that left boot. Up to full forward. McKinnon comes out. Mooney's there now. He's in the pocket at the Mary Street end. He centres the ball back towards Waterman. He overruns the ball. It's taken by Mines Rovers now, and they'll relieve the pressure through Paul Barrett. He gets it down to Dabrowski. He's backward of the centre. Tries to do too much. He comes unstuck. It lets Mines back in now, and they overrun the ball. The hand pass goes over to Davison. Up to centre half forward. Good mark. Boy, gee, you've got to earn him out there today. The umpire lets the game goes on. It comes out to King on the right half back flank for Mines. Mines. The Buyers overrun the ball. Here comes Moises with Wellington. Moises off the ground. An opportunity for Mundy. He runs onto the ball in sunshine conditions. Halsey Street end. A big kick towards goals. It bounces down in the full forward position, and Harvey Brunswick let's not come out of defence.
Well, that was good play there by the Harvey Brunswick defence as Jeffries takes possession. In hot pursuit of him is Bradley Barrett. The ball hits the deck. Over to Jeffries. Shoots it across to Macri. He can't take possession. He'll run onto the drop of the ball and away he goes. But there they go again, the Miners. Through Peter Rowe onto the left boot. Out the side of the ground and finds Michael Barrett. I tell you what, Peter Betty, I don't think the Harvey Brunswick side are doing enough with this breeze early. As we see Barrett with on the outer side of the ground onto the left boot and finds Gary King. And when Gary King starts to run, things start to happen for the Miners. He'd be the quickest player on two legs in this league as far as I'm concerned. And Gary King accepted that pass from Barrett. He's on the left half forward flank position and he will kick into this breeze. Away goes Gary King, drives it into full forward. The pack sets, over the top comes Jones. And down it comes, picked up over there by the Mines Rovers in Paul Moises, and through it goes for the Miners score. Well, Peter Betty, are the Lions doing enough with this strong breeze?
No, they're not really, Peter, but they've made a few bad changes. I believe they put Sloan down at full back and put Mooney up the forward line. I think that's a bad move because Mooney's played all year down at full back and Sloan's a player that can take a big mark up the full forward line. He's playing at full back.
OK, well, it moves the foot here in the grand final of 1991 as the kick out has been taken and over the line and out of bounds on the outer side of the ground here at Hands Oval. There's a throw in. Big Fontana and Jones. You wouldn't like to get mixed up between those two. There's a ruck infringement and Big Graham Jones will take the free kick. He hand passes it over to the Crogsy, Dominic Crognali. He shoots to the outer side of the ground. He was put down after there by Peter Rowe and it'll be a relay free kick taken by Macri on the outer side of the ground. Will the runners start going for Harvey Brunswick? That's what this game's all about. The fleetness of foot. There goes the Macri kick down to half forward. He's looking over there for Rob Davison. He can't get to it in time in Davidson and over the line and out of bounds. Just around from the scoreboard here, the Abco Hardware scoreboard. That reads Harvey Brunswick 1 goal to 8 points, leading the Mighty Miners 2 points. That's a 6-point margin.
And this is the Radio West presentation of the grand final coming to you from Hands Oval on Radio West Football. As the ball...
We hope you're enjoying today's...
Ticking over towards the 11-minute mark and Dr. Menear's picked up some moves, Doc.
Yeah, Peter Rose started on the right half forward. He's been moved across to the hospital side of the ground. That's the only way you can score against the Winders, to take the ball around that side.
There goes the ball back into play, and it's the Lions that are in attack again. Up at centre half. Nice mark, Dom Trognali. Beauty. Charlie Dacque's Pastavino mark of the day at the about the 12-minute mark of the first quarter here to Dom Trognali. A great mark over the top of his opponent, and he's from the 50-metre line now, kicking with the breeze. And no doubt the little Crooksy will try and get the distance with this one. Let's see if he can find the accuracy and the distance. He's a good 50 metres out as he's a 55. Puts a big effort into the kick. It goes up towards the pocket. It comes to ground. An opportunity now here. It's in the real danger zone for Mines. And they opt to socket the ball off the ground. There was 2 or 3 players around there in the Mines defence that player could have palmed it off to. And I suppose it prevented a goal. And now it's Mines Rovers that kick the ball out onto the half-back flank. Nearly a good mark taken for them. It comes to ground. A chance here for the Lions now as the hand pass goes to Jeffries. He sees fall to the ground. He never had possession there at that particular stage, and he'll take the free kick from the right half forward flank.
I tell you what I do like, John. I like the composure of the Miners in the back line. They're looking very composed at the 13-minute mark, and we see the Harvey Brunswick only have 1 goal on the board, and I think that they should be doing more with this breeze than what they're doing with it now, but it's taken by Strano. Is it on the right half forward flank position?
Macri.
By young Chris Macri, who's in everything. He goes for the short pass, and he finds Waterman. He can't mark it. Coming out to meet the ball there is Strano. He's unloaded. McKinnon shovels it forward, but out of the defence come the Miners. Picked up over there, beautifully running out of the fence, Shane Weinman. He fends the hand pass off over there to Dabrowski. He's brought to the line, taps it back in the waiting arms. However, over there, Weinman wait again. He puts boot to ball. Gee, they can't get their boot to ball quick enough. It's sharked there by Skiam. He hand passes it over into the Austin Ioto direction. In hot pursuit of him is Gary King. It's Ioto that wins the day. He ducks and weaves, shoots the hand pass to Crognali. He's 60 metres out. He shoots on goals. McKinnon camped himself under it. A hospital kick. Play on. It's Austin Oyedo. He's been awarded the free kick. Cannot understand that one, but it was McKinnon. It was a soft kick, but Rob McKinnon, he's gone up and braced a couple of players from Mines Rovers. We saw him kiss a player here the other week, didn't we? He went up and kissed him. But it's Rob McKinnon. It was a hospital kick. He just stood there and he's been awarded the free kick. A little bit soft, they tell us here in the press box, but never mind. He has it. He's directly in front, some 10 metres out. Let's see what Robbie McKinnon can do with this one. He has a pot shot at goal, as they say, and bang, he's put it through for the second goal for the Harvey Brunswick Lions. They move on to 2 goals, 3, leading the Miners 2 straight points on Radio West Football.
We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast.
They have just arrived as they come through the Halsey Street end, and there's still cars pouring into the Oval. This is the grand final, and come down to the footy because the Lions have opened up pretty well now, kicking with the breeze. We're midway through the first quarter. APCO Hardware scoreboard, the Lions are 2-3. Mines Rovers are 2 points, and again it's the Lions that go to Waterman, and he comes out and takes the mark in the right full forward pocket. So this is Russell Waterman, brother of Chris Waterman, who would have today played in the elimination in the first semi-final for the Eagles, probably still playing at the moment, as we see Russell Waterman now from the right half forward flank, played a big part in their premiership side last year in 1990, and we see him again fronting up here today in the second semi-final. He did receive a shin injury, and we see him fronting up now. He's usually fairly potent around the goals. He kicks with the breeze, banana type kick on the way. I tell you what, looks good, is good, gets through for 6 points. On the Harvey scoreboard, it's Harvey Brunswick Lesnov that through the midway mark now of the first quarter, starting to get a fairly good grip on the game. They lead 3 goals, 3. Mines are 2 points on Radio West Football.
Yes, well, Peter,
2 goals in 2 minutes.
2 goals in 2 minutes says the Mayor, Dr. Ernie Manier and Peter Betty. They're starting to get their act together just a little bit, but they'd want to, wouldn't they?
Yes, Peter, just watching that move of Graham Jeffries there. He grabbed the ball, he ran about 15 yards with the ball. He was going to kick it 2 or 3 times short, then he decided to kick it to the long lead, and we've got another goal come from Graham Jeffries again.
OK, we'll bounce down in the middle of the ground here once again. 3 goals, 3 to 2 points. The Lions in control now. Thumped forward there by Fontana. At the drop of the ball is Peter Rowe. He fends it across to goes to King. Away goes King, the number 16 for the Miners. Gary King up the full forward. It goes. The pack sets itself, and Monday takes a mark. He pulls it 10 metres out. Bang! Right through the middle. A good passage of play. I tell you what, Peter Betty, I'll continue to say it. Whenever Gary King starts to burn off a wing, things happen for the Mines Rovers. That's the goal to the Mines Rovers. They move on to 1 goal 2, and they trail the Lions 3 goals 3.
Yeah, Fontana knocking the ball out of the centre to King, and then the 1 or 2 bounces and kick long to full forward. He's a good player. He's got good pace.
They needed that goal too, a very valuable one, Dr. Manier, for Mines Rovers.
Yeah, I think the Fontana is shading Jones in the ruck, and that's significant at this stage.
Bargaining for the ball back in the centre of the ground, a very much needed goal scored by Mundy. He had a great desire for that one, so they've got one into the breeze. We're going towards the 17-minute mark of the first quarter of the Devore Premiership Grand Final here from League Headquarters at Hands Oval in Bunbury for the Grand Final between the Lions and Mines Rovers, and they on the APCO Hardware scoreboard, it is the Lions that lead 3 goals 3. Mines Rovers are 1 goal 2. There goes the bounce down. Big Jones goes up and wins the tap down, and it has to go back and take the ball away himself. It falls down now where it's taken by Bradley Barrett, and Miners go up towards Khan. He thumps the ball out towards the left half forward flank, finds a teammate. He goes for the hand pass now. Over it goes to Paul Barrett, back to Khan. They're having trouble controlling it. In goes Jones. He loses possession. In goes Peter Rowe. In goes Mundy, setting a fine example is Mundy. A hand pass now over to a teammate. It's a big long bomb. It'll go up towards the Halsey Street end. A big bomb there that time off the boot of Paul Barrett, and they're attacking strongly our Mines Rovers into the breeze, Peter.
Yeah, that was Paul Moises, John, and he's the danger player in the forward line there for the Miners, but there's the kick out. Long kick to the outer side of the ground. Up goes Oyedo. Thought he got into his immediate marksman's back there. Play on Oyedo. He's brought to the ground by Barrett. There's a push in the back there, and it's Austin Oyedo will take possession. position. He runs around one player. Dabrowski's in pursuit, fends the hand pass across to Macri. Away go the Lions up to half forward. They set over there. At the back of the drop of the ball there is Dean Sanford. He can't take possession. Russell Waterman takes possession. You're too slow, son. And good play to Gary Winterton there. He broke that one up beautifully over there, and he will relieve the pressure for the Miners on the half-back flank position. Comes across to the wing. Up goes Fontana and pulls down a big one. The big burly ruckman for the Mines Rovers side, and what a contributor he's been for the Miners over the years. He finds the speech to Gary King. Away he goes again. Gee, he's a good footballer when he's on the break. He's onto the left boot, and he finds Michael Barrett right in front of the Harvey Brunswick coaching box. He drives an inboard there, but it comes unstuck, and there he is again. The blonde-headed champion, Graham Jeffries, cuts it off at the centre half-back position. Onto the right boot he goes. Down to the wing he goes. Fontana set. Austin Oedo is decked. He ran into Dallin Fontana. A purely accident there, but out of the fence they come, the Miners, through the agency of Nishki. Austin Oedo's is very groggy, but the ball here is being fumbled over there by Sherwood. He punches the ball out. Only to see Hutchison take possession. Hutchison over to John Dominic Crognali. Austin Oedo in the hands of the trainers. There goes the kick up to the hard wing position. Rob Davison can't take possession. He's pushed before he got to the ball, and Rob Davison, the very robust half forward for the Harvey Brunswick Leicester North side, will take it on the left half forward flank position. Well, that was a very unfortunate accident to Oedo. Davison inboard to Waterman. Waterman fends the hand pass across to Strano. He's attacked by, gee, that's good play by Dean Sanford there. Hand pass it across over into the waiting arms of Bradley Barrett. He finds number 17 over there in Dabrowski. Away goes Dabrowski, kicks it into the middle of the ground, and out comes Paul Moises and takes the mark in the middle of the ground. The Miners are looking good. They're kicking into the breeze. Up they go to half forward. Monday sets. So does Sullivan. He can't take possession. Coming through is Barnsby, but it's picked up by the Crogsy, Dominic Crognali. Down to the wing position where Oedo takes possession. He's very groggy, but he elects to play on. That's determination. It's broken up there by Stephen Gray. Picked up by Crognali. He's tackled by Michael Barrett. All down the ground. Play on. Hutchison takes possession. Kicks it into Fontana, who's playing the game of his life. Away goes the big ruckman. Hand passes to Michael Barrett. In pursuit is a rugged Barnsby. He can't get to it. And over the line and out of bounds. Right in front of the South Bunbury member stand here. As we see follow Austin Oedo there. He's in the hands of the trainers again. But the scoreboard here is...
come back.
But the Harvey Brunswick, 3 goals 3. Lead Mines Rovers 1 goal 2.
And we go towards the 21-minute mark of a pretty tough grand final. Mines are doing it well into the breeze. Away they go through King up to Khan. Khan marks in front of the South Bunbury club rooms, and he'll go back now and drive them further afield. Austin Oedo coming off, Faulkner coming on through the interchange bench. There goes Robbie Oedo. He overruns the ball. Here goes Moises into the pocket. Mundy, beauty. He's been the shining light for them down there, and he's kicked the first goal for Mines, and this will be a very valuable one. And talk about marks of the day, the Charlie Dakby Pastavino mark of the day, a beauty by Crognali early in the quarter, and there's another good one, a hard-working mark taken by Darren Mundy, and we see him now from the pocket to go back and see if he can bring up another major. It'll be a very handy one. Up it goes, it fades away towards the left-hand side. As we look at the clock now, going towards the 22-minute mark of the first quarter on the Abco Hardware scoreboard, it's Harvey Brunswick Lesnot 2 goals 3, and Mines are 1-3.
Well, Peter Betty, have Harvey Brunswick done enough with this breeze?
No, not really. I believe there's a few players that are not very keen out there. I don't reckon Doc Crognali's very keen. I think that you've only just got to watch the way he's playing. He just lobs along. He's only going to get the ball, the easy ball. When it becomes a bit hard, he doesn't want to know nothing about it. And him, young Strano, these sort of players have got to get more kicks kicking with the wind.
Okay, Paddy Papalia to take the kick out for the Lions. Goes to the outer side of the ground. Big pack. Jones is there. It's tapped forward. Jeffries can't take possession. Over there trying to take possession, however, is Paul Barrett. Hits the deck. There is Jeffries. It's picked up over there by Dean Sanford. He shoots on goal, but camping under it is Wellington, and a good mark. Well, good defensive play there by Harvey Brunswick. Paul Wellington, the custodian, she switches out the wing, comes across to the members' side here, where it's picked up by Bernie Sloan. Where's he been? He drives it up onto the wing position, and it's taken by Strano, who fends the hand pass across to Crognali. He tries to finesse onto the left boot, down to the half forward they go. Hutchison, he runs for the pitch to the drop of the ball. Also there, running onto the top of it is John Niski, over the line and out of bounds in the left full forward pocket for the Lions, as we do an Epco Hardware score check that says Harvey Brunswick 3 goals 3, 3, leading the Miners 1-3.
And it's Harvey, Brunswick, Lesnot that are in attack now. About 23 minutes gone in the first quarter, using the breeze. There goes the ball back into play. Mines defence has played well in this quarter. Again, they bottle it up, and it's taken away from them by John Niskey. He gets it out towards his teammate now in Michael Barrett. They do it well. Down it comes to King. He shepherds, but this allows Mark Skian in. He's a danger man, but his kick will be blocked off here by Niskey once again, as he'll hold up the attack on the... Not Niskey this time. It's Stephen Gray. Stephen Gray in the right full back pocket, comes out towards the half-back flank now. They'll set it'll be close to the line. Inside the line, the mark has been taken by Mines, and they'll go forward now through Shane Weineman. This is the grand final. It's been a good first quarter too, as it goes up towards the right centre wing, right in front of us. Big Sullivan's there. He's strong, he's strength. He marks just backward of the left centre wing. From the going to the Mary Street end, Alexa go for the short pass, loses McKinnon. He takes the mark. The hand pass goes to Macri. Macri's away, kicks it up into the pocket. They set under pressure again as the Mines defence comes down as Tony Strano. He loses possession of the ball. He's in amongst some pretty tough customers down there. Off the ground goes Waterman. Over to Davison. Davison lines up on goal. Let's wait for the goal umpire's decision. He's put it through. Rob Davison has put it through for the Lions, and they get their first goal, their fourth of the afternoon on the Abco hardware scoreboard.
Well, I tell you what, John Dillon and Dr. Bonnier, you're making a comment. She's real rugged in that back line for the Miners.
Yeah, that kick goal was against the pattern of the play because the ball, Mines have had it. Once down there and Harvey got a goal.
OK, well, they're getting their act together a little bit, Harvey, Brunswick. They need to, Peter Betty, at the 25-minute mark of the first term.
Yeah, what great play by McKinnon then. Gets the... receives the mark, then handballs the ball on. Shepherd, bang to full forward. It's another goal. You know, this is the difference. It's just one or two other players from Harvey Brunswick got to do the same thing.
OK, bounce down in the middle of the ground. Up goes Jones and Fontana. Jones wins it, and this time him and Fontana are cracking even. Skian can't get his hand to ball. Picked up there by Dabrowski. I like his style of play. Up the half forward they go, but coming through to cut it off over there is Robert Oyedo. Shoots it to the outer side of the ground where Graham Jeffries has it, so something will emerge from this. He goes, he's got a paddock in front of him. He drifts it inboard there looking for Skian. Up goes Skian. He can't mark it. He elects to retake the rebound, however, onto the left boot, into the half-forward position it goes, but out comes Nitschke again. Crognali takes possession. Waterman shoots it out into the waiting arms of Crognali. He goes for the soccer. Up it goes, and up over the top of the pack came Glenn Faulkner. He accepted that soccer pass from Crognali, and it's Faulkner who's 20 metres out directly in front. Well, there was a lot going on there between Skian and Crognali and Waterman, but eventually it's Faulkner that has the ball directly in front, 10 metres out, onto the boot, and as cool as a cucumber has put it through. So that is the fifth goal on the board for the Harvey Lions. They move on to 5 goals 3, leading Mines Rovers 1 goal 3 at the 27-6-minute mark.
We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast match of the day. Proudly brought to you by New Motors, Northern Rose Travel, Kidney Park Meals, Campus Ford, Building Hardware and Building Supplies, South Australia Life Insurance, and Ricky Jamal Tires.
Capital over in Melbourne, the match between the Eagles and Melbourne this afternoon. And the good news, West Coast Eagles running the victors quite convincingly. Eagles 17 goals 15, 117 points, defeating Melbourne 12 goals 7, 79 points. That eliminates Melbourne, and next week the Eagles will play Geelong. The winner of that match goes on to play Hawthorn in the grand final. And of course Geelong pretty depleted through injuries. That's the Eagles defeating Melbourne, Eagles 17-15, 17 defeating Melbourne 12-7, 79.
John Dillon, you can easily see the Eagles have finished there streaming into Hands Oval, and so they should be. This is developing into a real top game of football.
And it's the Eagles here now that have done a good job into the breeze, but as Dr. Munir just pointed out, it's been the back end of this quarter that the Lions have taken advantage of the breeze, and it is about 4 to 5 goals from our observation anyway, and it's Moises that has the ball. As Mines look for Khan, he's got to mark this, and he does. And one of their shining lights in the forward line has been Mundy when he went down there, but the Eagles game's all over. Let's support our own football now, listeners. Let's get down here to Hands Oval and watch the grand final, because it is a 4 to 5 goal breeze, and that's exactly how much we have on the board for Harvey Brunswick Lesnot. In the second quarter it'll be Mines that'll use the breeze, and they'll have to use it too as it goes in towards the teeth of goals. For Mines, it'll be a very handy goal here for them if they could score one. Whistle's gone, and tell you what, is he going to bounce the ball down? Yes, a bounce down to take place right on the edge of the square here for Mines Rovers down at the Halsey Street end of the ground. ground. About 10 metres out from their goal. There goes the bounce down now. They set for it down there. Big fellows. Fontana's played well in the first quarter. It scrummages down to ground, and away come Harvey, Brunswick, Lesnol out of defence, out towards the half-back line. Dropped there by Barrett. He gets it over towards King. It comes out into the open spaces. Macri leads in the race for the ball. It's on the far side of the ground. Whistle goes, and we'll see a throw-in take place. So we're getting towards the closing stages of the first quarter here. Harvey, Brunswick, Lesnol did win the toss, and they kicked with the aid of the breeze to the Mary Street end of the ground, and they've got a fairly handy score on the board. There goes Jeffrey. He weaves through the pack. It comes unstuck. A scrimmage of players. Skian goes in, barrels a player, and what's the result? Too high, the call, and it'll be a free kick to go the way of Mines Rovers now from the left half forward flank. Waiting now for this player. Looks like Paul Barrett that will take it from outside the 50 minute. Look at the breeze carry the kick right across towards Crognali. Mines have to get to the ball in a hurry. One player there gets it out towards a teammate. It spills out here now to King. Up it goes to Mundy. Has he been pushed in the back? Yes. And he'll take a free kick. He's been a very good opportunist for Mines, Mundy. He's been recruited earlier in the season by Mick Murray, and he's been a very valuable player for them. And the big, not so much the big red-headed, but the stocky red-headed number 39 now, and you can see that breeze really starting to whip up here as we see Mundy with the ball. He looks for a lead into the pocket. It's gone the right way. Can Moisey's mark it? Skian's there. So's Wellington. Wellington comes out for the Lions. He goes straight up the middle of the ground. It'll fall in the centre of the ground. Mines are camped under the ball. It spills out to Faulkner. Faulkner away. A big kick out to that open half forward line. Leading in the race for the ball is Davison on the scoreboard side of the ground. They jostle for possession. Davison gets the ball out into the open spaces. It's Mines in defence that break up the attack now, and they relieve the pressure through Gary Winterton. Winterton over towards the left centre wing on the regional hospital side of the ground. It's a good tackle put on the Harvey Brunswick player there. Play on, says the umpire, and it's going to be a free kick to go the way of Mines. And away they go up towards the left half forward flank. Marcus taken by Paul Barrett this time. Left centre wing. He'll go back now, look for a lead further down the field, and he finds Bradley Barrett.
He's the one that's doing the damage out there, John Bradley Barrett. He's really running around out there and creating havoc. There's the short kick into centre forward. Khan flies, can't take possession. McKinnon take possession, fends the hand pass out, but Barrett chops it off again. That is Bradley Barrett. The ball hits the deck, and it's played on the first term here in the 1991 grand final. That reads Harvey Brunswick 5 goals 3, leading Mines Rovers 1 goal 3. That is a margin of 24 points on Radio West Football.
This afternoon,
He's been a great player for mine, especially in the forward line. He's actually a ruck rover type. Now, I think you would have noticed he hasn't had one kick in the back line. He only does his work in the forward line, and this quarter he's going to have to do a bit more work than what he's just doing down the forward line. But this time they're kicking with the wind. I see they've made a few changes. Davison's gone to full forward for Harvey Brunswick. I wouldn't be surprised that Terry Howes brings Tattaglio on the ground this quarter, but what an excellent game. There's been some great players. Borowski's playing pretty well in the centre against Jeffries. I think that's about an even drill. And Crognali on one wing against King. I believe King's absolutely bathing him on this side of the ground, and if Crognali doesn't tighten up this quarter and King starts running down that flank, and he's got something like about a 4 or 5 goals breeze behind his back, he could kick 4 or 5 goals himself. So if Mines get the ball this time and kick it long, I believe they're in with a good chance.
And what about Fontana and Jones in the ruck? Fontana cracking even.
Yes, as Dot just said just a while ago, I believe that Fontana has really beaten Jones as far as the ruck knocks, but around the ground, Jones still works very, very hard for his kicks on the ground.
OK, Dr. Manier, your thoughts and impressions of the first term?
Well, I think the Mines are not playing grand final football. They're kicking the ball too short, and they're taking too long to get rid of the ball. When finals football, when you get the ball, you've got to kick it long as far as you can. So the next scrimmage for the ball is as close to your goals as you can. On 2 occasions they went down the forward line and short pass instead of trying for the goal square.
Okay, well, John Dillon, Terry House still has the Harvey Brunswick Lions out there, and I think your impressions would be that I don't think they've done enough in this term to lead at the split.
No, and their players are dangerous, though, and Peter Betty did make one comment that Tagley hasn't come onto the ground yet.
He's on the ground
there now, Peter, and he's a very good player to have sitting on the bench in the first quarter, and we'll pick up some other changes, but Davison appears to be coming off too, which is a bit of a surprise, because he was... And Barnsby, he's probably going to rest them and use them. Peter Betty would know more about that than what we would, being a league coach, but did Davison do much in that quarter, Peter Betty?
I don't think he did a